Let's see how fast a rugby player can run a marathon. Let's go.
Morning, guys. It's 5:15 a.m. Bright and early. Well, it's not bright. It's still dark. Today, early run, lower body gym session, some recovery later. 14 weeks until Dallas Marathon. We got to beat my time. First time I ran it, 3 hours, 49 minutes. So today, going to share with you all about how we're going to do it. All right, it is 6:05 a.m. We are heading to Memorial Park to get our first run in of the week. 5 miles. Nice and easy. Zone 2, Zone 3. And that leads me to the first lesson I learned from training for my first marathon last year is to do a lot of my runs in that Zone 2, Zone 3 heart rate zone rather than the Zone 4 teetering on that Zone 5, which I did the majority of my runs last time in, to build my aerobic base, get the baseline conditioning in my legs. Last time I had 7 weeks to train. Don't recommend that. I jam-pack the volume and the miles into 7 weeks because that's all the time I had. This time I have 14, 15 weeks. It's honestly 16 because I started running distance 2 weeks ago. So I got 16 weeks to train for this one. So aside from having basically double the amount of time to train and prepare for this coming one, I'm going to put a big emphasis on Zone 2, Zone 3 training. So I don't kill my body. I build that baseline aerobic capacity, the conditioning in the legs, especially my calves, because that's what started to go out first when I got into the longer runs last time. And then the second piece of the equation that I'm learning is how to fuel properly, because I would do the majority of my runs. Last time fasted. I think I just wanted to try to honestly burn as much fat as possible and try to stay as lean as possible and whatnot. But we're going to fuel for these early runs to give me as much energy as possible. So in here, I got 2 scoops of BPN's G1M Sport. That's 40 grams of carbohydrates, 750 milligrams of sodium. It is hot. It is humid, even at 6:07 a.m. in Houston. So want to get electrolytes in me, get some carbs in me for some fuel. So yeah, I can hit the ground running, energized, fueled up for these runs to be able to give it everything I got, give my body the best chance of performing at the highest level possible. So we'll drive on over there, meeting up with 2 buddies, and we'll get this 5 mile run in to start the day. We're going to win the morning. It's 3.28 done. Just running 4.5. That's what's on the agenda today. So final push and we're done. Run. Done. Money in the bank. That was good. Just 4.5 miles. Good pace. Started kicking it up the last mile and a half. But let's go get a coffee. Let's get some breakfast. Back for breakfast. The nutrition piece. This is probably, honestly, in my opinion, probably one of the most important things when it comes to training, whether that's for half marathon, you're in the off season, you're training for your sport, or you're just training for life to be healthier, to change your physique, to get stronger, to lose fat. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. They're either under consuming or under eating so they're not fueling properly, or they're overeating, which is obviously why they're not seeing the results that they want. But last year, when I ran the marathon, I was mostly, I'd say 85% animal-based, meat, fruit, honey, eggs, raw milk, cheese, and that sort of stuff. Some sweet potatoes here and there, but I don't think I ate enough to feel how much I was doing, because I was going speed and agility in the morning for an hour, then into the weight room. That was 3 times a week. And then in the evenings, I would do my marathon training. So I was training 3, 6, 7, 8, about 9 times a week. And I think I was under eating, especially under consuming carbohydrates to fuel all of my workouts and training sessions, and obviously to eat enough calories to help me recover. I was definitely getting my protein needs, but I wasn't consuming enough carbs. And that's where I think I got it wrong. So for this marathon prep, we're really going to dial in the nutrition. I don't count calories, I don't track macros, but for the first couple days, I am going to log my food just to give me an understanding of how much I'm consuming, so I know if I'm overeating or undereating. And then once I do that for a couple of days, I'm going to eat mostly the same meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I'll know, I'll have a good gauge of what I'm putting into my body, how much macros, so I can, fuel my performance and freaking crush my first time. Voila. This is what we got. So just some mixed berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, 3 whole eggs. We did 2 egg whites, 2 chicken sausages, and some sauteed mushrooms, and then just some sourdough bread cooked in some butter, a little sea salt on top. Looks pretty darn good, and this is probably gonna be breakfast every day. I don't think there's a perfect diet for everyone. You got to figure out what works for you, but I'd say the baseline, like the foundational principles: eat whole foods, as few ingredients as possible. High protein, so make sure you're getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Eat colorful foods. Berries are super high in antioxidants, polyphenols, good for recovery. Blueberries, anthocyanins, I think that's how you pronounce it, are super beneficial for your brain. And then just be cognizant about fueling properly with carbohydrates post training. Make sure your glycogen stores are high, and you're continuing to top them off so you can hit each workout super hard. Nutrition, sleep, the 2 biggest things when it comes to recovery. Of course, there's things like saunas and cold plunge and Normatec boots and all of that all those cool modalities. But if you're not hitting the big pillars, which are sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night and fueling your body with the right foods, getting nutrient dense foods in your body, well then all that other stuff, it doesn't matter. Get the basics done, nail those, stop trying to major in the minors, and focus on what really works. And that's good quality sleep, good quality food, hydrating with electrolytes. I mean, if you're working out, if you're sweating, you're losing a ton of electrolytes and minerals. And so you got to continue to put that back in your body in some form. I mean, if you don't want to spend money on things like element packets, which I use, grab some Celtic sea salt or Sabaha Gold sea salt, or really any sea salt. Throw pinches in your water throughout the day to continue to get in those electrolytes, those minerals, that sodium, because you're just going to lose it and you're not going to rehydrate properly with just water. So we'll dig into this, we'll chill, and then we're going to get off to a lower body session. So let's go. Lower body session done. Proper session, me and a teammate. If you're watching this, Lou, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. He was too scared to get in the vlog with me, the YouTube sensation. So maybe next time. But this was a session, fully lower body dominant. Warm up, 5 rotational lunges, 10 weighted goblet squats, 60 seconds on the bike, 2 rounds of that. Our main complex was a back squat, so 2 to 3 sets, warm up, and then 3 heavy working sets. 3 seconds on the eccentric portion. If you don't know what that means 3 seconds on the lower. Quick pause and then explode up. So we did 3 working sets of 4. Superset number 1 was a leg extension with a seated calf raise, 3 sets of 12 on each. Then we got into rear foot elevated split squats, supersetted with a glute ham raise, 3x8 on the split squats, 3x6 on the glute ham raise. Core session, which was absolutely brutal, had me cramping in set 2. was 3 rounds, 20 ab rollouts into a 30-second lying leg hold, straight legs. Try to keep your lower body or lower back flat on the ground. So that was a workout, savage lift. Let's roll the clips. Lunch, cup of organic white rice, jasmine rice, 3 chicken thighs, arugula, lemon, sauerkraut, olive oil. I said it before, but a couple servings of fermented food every day keeps the gut happy. We all know the importance of the gut. It's the second brain. Majority of your serotonin and other neuroreceptors are based in your gut. They live in your gut. They're produced in the gut. So, and your immune system, a large part of it is directly related to the health and diversity of your gut microbiome. So continue every day to feed it the good stuff. But yeah, staple lunch, rice, chicken, a little bit of veg. High carb here. We hit a 4.5 mile run this morning. Really good lower body gym session. So continuing to give my body what it needs to recover and thrive. All right, now the good stuff. The training program for the marathon. 14 weeks. We're going to go 4 runs a week. And this is how it's going to be structured. So Mondays are going to be kind of like a recovery time run. Anywhere from 40 minutes to 80 minutes. So an hour and 20 minutes. I'm just trying to continue to clock miles under my feet. Not push the pace too much. Be super mindful and cognizant of my heart rate. So stay in zone 2, zone 3. If I start getting into that zone 4 area, I got to back off the cadence, the pace, just to continue to build that base aerobic system, conditioning in the legs, which is something I did not do too well last time I trained for a marathon. Then the second and third runs, depending on my schedule, it could be a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, interchangeable. Jeez. Those are going to be my tempo, speed, and hill runs. So this week on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a run. It's about 35 to 40 minutes, cover around 4 miles, 4.5 miles, but could be time-based, could be distance-based, 90 seconds on, minute off, 2 minutes on, a minute off. It varies, or distance-based, could be like quarter-mile repeats or half-mile repeats, whatever the programming for that week looks like. Thursday will be hill sprints. So I know this week it's like run 90 seconds up a hill, walk for 30 seconds, jog back to the start line, go again. So we'll be hitting that on Thursday. We're flying to Sacramento, my home, see the family. We're going to get it done there. And then this weekend, probably on Saturday, is my long run, starting with 8 miles on the weekend. I think I'll be pretty good. So that's the schedule. I mean, each week, the times, the distance, the pace, it's going to continue to gradually increase as I get more fit, as my legs get more condition, and that's the plan. I mean, on paper, looks solid. Now it's just up to me to stick with it, because last time I trained for the marathon, I kind of just guessed like what I was going to do that day. I mean, I kind of had this framework in my mind, but I didn't have a proper plan. So right now I'm using Runna. It's an app online, RUNNA, and it's like AI generated marathon plans. You put in your previous time. You put in how many days a week you can train, what days a week you want to train, how fast you want to increase times and increase distances per week, and then it'll auto populate this training plan based on how many weeks you want to go for. And so that's what I'm following. I needed something specific. I needed a real training program for this marathon prep because I want no excuses come race day that I can't beat my first time. So yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a follow on the socials. Instagram is at Christian J. Dyer. And then my fitness page where I'm going to post a ton of the content from running, training for the marathon, weight room, nutrition, recovery, all that. That is at meliusfitco. And yeah, let me know in the comments what type of video you want to see next. More insight into a specific part of the training program or my life as an athlete. And let's continue to push boundaries, chase dreams one day at a time. So till then.